And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to lo-fi, subpar political takes and news that you can relax and study to. I'm the infamous Orion. I want to die.
And I'm Cairo, and I'm also a Schmo.
Okay, I'm pulling up the... because as much as we talk about the news, we never talk about the weather on this shit. It is around 79% during glorious fucking humidity. This morning we had a thunderstorm, so that was way more humid in the morning, and I decided to take the lovely precaution of going on a 10K before the show. So I'm full of energy and excitement today to help the peons.
50 thunderstorms.
Yes, thunderstorms. I'm sorry we had an audio glitch there, but I fixed it.
Cool. Yeah. I find that so interesting because I feel like this has been a particularly rainy summer in general for us, probably in part because of the wildfire smoke that's been going through, causing, cloud cover, all that. But the way that the weather has been reported, I've noticed has changed even with that, where we're getting way more of these days where it's like, it's either going to rain or it won't, and nobody really knows until it actually happens. And I wish I could find it just off the top of, the drop of a hat, whatever right now. But I'm pretty sure it has to do with NOAA having funding cuts.
Oh, I 100% believe that. That has been my theory this whole year.
Yep.
Yeah. Fuck you, Elon, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah, I
think
hope...
the count is up to 14 million. I think is what I last saw of people he's killed.
Dear Elon, I hope you get on the plane.
That's a joke for later.
That is such a joke for later, and I hope everybody who gets to that point in the episode forgets the context in which I said that joke.
Oh, yeah. It has been a week though, hasn't it? I mean, I'm so tired. I told you this earlier. Speaking of 10Ks, I accidentally ran one this week.
Yes, and I actually want to extend my deepest sincere sympathies for what you're going through. But I'm so proud of you at the same time. Good job.
Yeah, it was good. It's been nice to get some variety into my exercise because I do a lot of biking still. So getting some running in there has been nice to change that up. It's a lot quicker to be able to do it. I don't have to go anywhere, which is nice. And it really has helped to be able to see that, okay, I am healthier than I was, a year ago or 3 years ago when I last tried to go running, where I can go and run for an extended period of time and not die on the street.
Yeah. For me, running's hard.
Yeah.
I don't run because it's easy or because it feels good. I do it because it's hard. And you think it would just get easier as you run? No, that's not been the case for me. I feel like it gets harder every time.
It's so easy to just push yourself a little bit more too.
Yeah.
I feel like the group bike rides that I've been doing lately have definitely, it's a double-edged sword, right? Because it's good to have the group atmosphere to push yourself to keep up with the group and not feel like you're the one being left behind.
Yeah.
But then also there's kind of a ceiling on that where at a certain point it feels like, okay, no, now you're the one who's having to let off a little bit so other people don't get left behind. And you have to jump to a different group to be able to get past that. Or if you're just running, you just go.
This week, I did fasting. And when I realized the race was coming up, I ate a whole bunch of fucking carbs, and that still didn't help me. For those curious, I did take second in my age division. Who?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Take that, you 20-somethings. I can say that now.
I have to resist the urge to make a shitty old person joke because
Go
I
ahead.
know in literally 6 months I'm going to be there too.
Exactly. Fuck you.
And I am restraining myself.
I have one foot in the goddamn grave right now. And you know what? That foot is doing pretty well right now. I'm happy for that foot. Good old righty. You know what I want?
What's that?
What? I'm partially stealing a joke, but this is goddamn funny. I love this. On my funeral, and I'm half serious about this. When I die, I want a fireworks go off, right? That way, every 4th of July, everybody can fucking think about me.
I've always been really fond of the funerals that are more like, let's celebrate this person's life rather than mourn that they're gone. I think that's a really helpful way to frame loss.
Yeah. Oh my god. You can tell it is a low energy episode because we're already talking about death.
It's a low energy week.
It is low energy week. It sucks in Michigan right now because it's been like overcast for like 4 days now, and I'm, as someone who struggles with depression, overcast days can be really hit or miss for me. I've been a moody bitch whole week, and I'm not apologizing. This weather is responsible for it.
Yeah,
Thank you, Canada.
Sucks.
It does suck.
I had a fun thing this week.
What's that?
So I don't know if I mentioned it on the show. Maybe the timing of it didn't work out. I mentioned to you though, the person who had their bike accident.
Yeah.
That I helped out. I got to meet them.
For those who don't know, Chiral saved a life.
Yeah, I think I can like properly say that now.
Yeah, you did.
And, well, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I could have died.
It could have.
I didn't know. I tried to
chance.
look up, and I did all right. But no, I was really glad. Their family reached out to me to say thank you, and I was just glad to hear that they were, all considered, doing okay. And yeah, they're up and walking around. They're out of the hospital. Still, lots of therapy and stuff to recover from all of it. I got pretty serious brain damage out of it, but yeah. They're still kicking. So
you're such a better person.
That was really cool. That made me really happy.
How did they reach out to you?
I will tell you later.
Okay. Because it was
yeah. I will say this. When I was reached out to, they reached out to me through my work.
Okay.
And my assumption was that they just because my name is on the police report for the situation that happened. So my assumption was that they definitely, I knew they had my name, my first and last name. So I figured they just Googled it. And when you Google my name, the first thing that comes up is my LinkedIn page that says where I work.
Yeah.
So I didn't think of anything past that. It turns out it wasn't that.
Oh.
So without getting into any more specifics than that, I was surprised, but ultimately grateful that it did work out.
No, but like, if it was me and they I'm imagining this as like a text message because it's so funny that way. If it was me, and this goes to show how much of a fucker I am, how fucked up I am, I would send them like the little Apple Pay like money request. Stupid. It's stupid. Send them a link to my coffee. Buy me a cup of coffee. Beyond saving lives. God.
In their defense, I guess in their credit, more than that, they did buy me dinner and a drink. So
badass.
They're good people, and the guy I helped is a cool dude. He does important stuff, and he's gonna be able to keep doing that.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Other than that, I mean, I say that. I think I agree with you where the weather and everything this week has made things like feel worse. because I feel like I've objectively had a pretty good week, but it just feels kind of gray.
Yeah.
You know,
There's no color in
like
Michigan right now.
nothing bad happened. Everything kind of went to plan. It's just been busy and not happening. I want to just stop moving so badly. Would you like to talk some news? I have a couple things.
You have news?
Technically.
Fuck. What?
Big-ish one that came out this week. Luigi Mangione and his lawyers have confirmed that he will be entering a guilty plea.
Womp womp.
From what I understand, the point of this is to, because of New York state specific law, entering guilty pleas in aspects of the federal case that are remaining prevents those same crimes from being litigated again in state courts.
Oh.
That wouldn't be the case in most states, but that's what I understand is happening here. And I believe the death penalty charges are not any of these. Those are very quickly ruled as the prosecution overextending their hand.
That's cool.
So this is like the stalking charges, I think, is one of the big ones in this.
I did hear about the stalking charges. Okay, I'm going to open up a can of worms right now, right? We're not legal professionals or anything like that, right? Our opinions really don't matter. Do you think Luigi did it?
Yeah.
You think he did?
I think probably, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Put it that way. Wouldn't surprise me at all. I think that there's obviously some questions that deserve to be raised about the way that the case was handled, both from basic police conduct being a little bit shoddy, if technically okay, but mostly everything that happened after that. The perp walk was just so fucking absurd. And the parade around it was just, the whole thing was very clearly being bolstered to show all of the terrified billionaires that the federal government was not going to let them be murdered in the streets like they would have, had to worry about 200 years ago. So I don't know. I think that there's important distinctions, right?
Yeah.
Because the degree of murder that was trying to be charged initially was very clearly overstepping. I think you could probably make a very compelling argument for something like a manslaughter type charge.
Okay.
Where it's yes, technically his actions caused this other person to die, but there's extenuating circumstances that come between point A and point B that need to be considered by the court because they're relevant, such as the actions of United Healthcare, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that that's a point that can be ignored. It's a really shitty company that has practically been egging people on to retaliate outside of the law because they themselves have been operating in ways that make people feel like the agreements that they have with that company aren't worth the paper they're written on.
I would love to take a look at one of their policies, but I'm not stupid enough to get one of their I don't want to say stupid enough. I don't need to get one of their policies. You catch my meaning? I know they're bad. What I'm implying is I have that foreknowledge, therefore it'd be stupid for me to go directly to them. I'm not saying if you have to go through them because of situations, it says anything about your intelligence.
Yep. The really interesting thing that's going to come after this is going to be sentencing for me.
Yeah.
Because people get murdered all the time. How they treat this one, given the high profile nature of it, is what I'm going to be interested in seeing.
kind of a scary thing. I don't want to be the judge in that case because, like, of course you got to treat it fairly, but on the slightest chance you treat it unfairly or like too much in one side's favor, the other side will retaliate against you. You've run the risk of that, I will say.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that's the thing, though, is that there's a reason people hate him all the time. But especially the Federal Department of Justice has sentencing guidelines, right?
Yeah.
And they have it for this exact reason. And they're pretty damn good in most cases.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find this. Guidelines. They have a searchable one? Probably not. The guidelines manual. It's a PDF. Lovely. It's 620 pages.
Just control F.
I am. I'm just amused that it's so big.
I ain't reading all that.
So what is he charged with? Where did this go? Stalking leading to something? I just read it. Oh, do I have to do a control F here? No. Oh, yeah. Okay. Stalking resulting in death. Stalking resulting in death. Nope. Well, we've got different stalking stuff. I don't really care to look into it right now. It genuinely doesn't matter. There's a whole 620-page book that deals with this kinds of stuff. As long as they hold close to that and try to give him a life sentence for this, that would be the only thing that I think would be clearly unreasonable. Like, you want to throw him in jail for 10 years? Sure. He's clearly not a threat to other people. This was an extremely targeted, specific thing. The only reason it would be more than that would be because they're trying to prove a point.
Of course.
So, yeah. Next up, this is a quick one. We had reporting this week that was kind of, throw it on the pile, ICE being absolutely horrific. Two particular situations, one involving both of these are people who were detained by ICE, arrested. Mm-hmm. Jose Cajon Rexon, booked at Delaney Hall in New Jersey, began experiencing recurring seizures shortly after his arrest. It wasn't for 4 days that he was released and sent to the hospital, where he died shortly after.
Jesus.
2 weeks later, Edwin Lopez Conejo experienced a similar fate, denied prescription medication for over a month, experienced a medical emergency, was quickly released from custody, and then died. Both of these cases, ICE seems to be trying to get around reporting deaths of people in their custody by quickly releasing those people from custody as soon as they experience a medical event that seems like they might die, and then wiping their hands of it and pretending that they're not involved. So there's not a whole lot to say here other than to point out that this is pretty horrific. They try to go into this and defend it, particularly the group that is contracted to run a lot of these ICE detention centers, these concentration camps. But this is clearly not acceptable. And like the guy had fucking prescription meds in the one case. That is as clear cut as it gets. And these people can try and bend themselves over backwards to defend their shitty company, but everyone knows that these are very shitty companies, and you can't pretend that you don't work for a company doing evil. So fuck them.
I work in insurance. Yes, I can.
Yeah, but like, it's ICE.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Quick update on the war in Iran. It's still happening. There's apparently been talk between, what was this? Quote, a source who holds a senior position in the Iranian government, as reported by Reuters. No breakthroughs are happening. There's apparently been people trying to revitalize the peace deal that they had in June, but the Iran side of this was you broke that deal in 2 days and then withdrew from it a couple of days after that. Why should we trust you this time? And that seems to be the end of discussions. So Strait of Hormuz is closed. Gas is still, what, about 420, 430?
It's 4:30 here.
Yeah. What is 406 average national? Pretty bad.
I don't even know at this. This is so stupid.
Hmm? Yep. Yep, there's no point to it.
Yeah.
We did hear this week that the USS Lincoln aircraft carrier was being relieved from its position in the Gulf after, I think the way it was reported was multiple service members tried to jump overboard. But the part that gets missing from that framing is that what happens when you jump overboard in the middle of the ocean is that you die. So multiple service members were trying to, kill themselves because they were so miserable being stuck in the middle of the ocean for like 250 days. So that's not great.
No. It's such a fragrant abuse of power.
Yeah, the whole thing's just dumb.
Like, I'm not pro Iraq by any means, but it's like we didn't need. We have enough bullshit.
Nope. No, the whole thing was completely stupid. I think that's the part that's most frustrating is that we've had assholes like Lindsey Graham try to argue for basically exactly this for like 25 years now, probably longer than that, probably closer to 40 years. And every time there's been enough adults in the room to be like, no, stupid, we're not doing this because obvious thing is going to happen, being they just close the Strait of Hormuz and then they fuck up the international gas markets. But apparently there aren't enough adults in the room anymore. So here we are.
But it made Lindsey Graham so happy he died.
God bless him for that.
Yeah. It's like he was a fucking ghost with like one earthly desire that was tethering him to this mortal coil.
Yeah. He had one thing left to do.
Yeah, one last like unfinished business. And Donnie, as great as he is, our great dictator, saw him off with goddamn style. Or do you think it was embarrassment? You think Lindsay got what he wanted and then realized, oh my god, everybody was right, and then he died of embarrassment?
No, I don't think he was capable of shame.
Damn it.
It's kind of a prerequisite to be any sort of a leading figure in that party.
Speaking of leading figures, Mitch is supposed to be back from the hospital. At this point, like, I know we're past the date for the special election or anything like that. I'm inclined to believe he is in fact alive.
No, I think he is too.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there was ever much serious doubt of whether he was alive or not. It was a question of, is he physically fit enough to do his job? I'm surprised that the case that we had earlier this year with the guy that turned out to be in a literal mental hospital for like 3 months didn't get more attention. That should be, I'm glad the guy was getting the help he needed to. You shouldn't be a congressman. Yeah. If you have to be in the hospital for 3 months, you can't do your job. Any one of us would get fired if we had to take 3 months off of work, and he just is a no-show and there's not even a question about it.
I could be as deadbeat as I want. Elected in.
Yeah, pretty much. Perks of government jobs, right?
Listen, Cairo. We can't afford the unemployment. Do you know the fucking salary these fuckers make?
It's actually kind of modest, I think.
It is modest.
Did you see the thing that came up about AOC's finances this week?
No, what was that?
This is a perennial thing where I believe annually all members of Congress and probably a lot of other government positions have to submit disclosures as to their financial holdings.
Yeah.
Particularly like how much money do you have and how much are your assets worth, that kind of stuff. And whenever it comes up to AOC and a handful of other people, but she's the most clickable, I guess. So she's the one whose name always ends up being in the headline. It comes up that she has like $60,000 in savings and some tens of other $1,000s in other accounts, and the response, the cry is always, why doesn't she have more? Is she hiding something? Because the idea of a member of Congress, people who make like $200,000 a year, it's not that much. Let me look it up. I'm gonna just Google Senate salary, because it's not much at all. 174. The idea that those people, and they have to have two houses, right? They have to have one in their home state and one in DC. So it's really not that much money. But the idea that you have a senator who is just like living their life and not grifting off of it, making millions of dollars, is so bizarre that when people see someone doing that, their immediate assumption is that somebody has to be lying here or is hiding something.
You know, speaking of Senate, can you talk about the news?
Which news?
Abdul won his primary.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that yet. He did.
Fuck yeah.
I'm very happy for it. I was a little bit disappointed in some of the other races, but and not even in some of them. There's like one in particular in Wisconsin. Their Democratic governor primary was, it's whatever, a little bit of a bummer, but we had a pretty fairly clean sweep here in Michigan for the socialist candidates. Syed being the big one, but there's at least three other that I was reading about that also very handily won their districts.
You know, I know we talk a lot about how like it is split between true believers and the people who just go with the flow.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're seeing that a little left quotes.
I think not only is that true, I look forward to it.
Yeah.
If one party fractures, it makes the chance of the other one fracturing so much more real, because the kind of caucusing that you have to do matters again. And a fractured GOP is going to have some of the centrist type Democrats try and court those people. And that's going to make it even more standing out for the people on the actual left about who they want to stand with.
I think we're at the point, two parties are so inherently broken, we're at the point of no return.
I generally agree.
Yeah. This is what you get when back pays all your bills.
Mm-hmm. A couple of points that I had after the primaries. The first one, and most frustrating, I feel like, most flagrant from Stevens. Was it Stevens? It was Stevens, yeah. Not McMallory. Stevens was that in like the literal days before the election, she was still trying to claim that you should not vote for Syed because he was, in so many words, an anti-Semite and would directly negatively affect the lives of Jewish Americans. And then after the election, she has no problem endorsing it. And it's so frustrating because one of those then has to be a lie.
Yeah.
Either you don't think he's an anti-Semite, or you still think he's an anti-Semite, but you're endorsing him for some reason. And neither of those positions are okay to be lying about. For me, that was such a frustratingly condensed microcosm of the problems that I have with the modern Democratic Party.
Oh yeah, they're two-faced as fuck. I mean, like, yeah, I don't agree with their voting positions, but I do understand like the average like mom and pop like Republicans like hesitation to ever want to do anything with a Dem because of how inherently easy it is to point that out.
Yeah, but it goes both ways. I don't know.
It does go both ways. You're right. It just sucks that it sucks because you're absolutely right, and like there's still blinders on for like another. No matter which one you can tolerate the blinders for.
I don't know. I get what you mean. For me, neither is like even a starter of anything, right?
You're right.
Like
You're right.
that's the exact same reason why I don't vote for any conservative, because you can't align yourself in that with that party, even if you as an individual genuinely hold positions that I agree with more than I don't. I'm not going to vote for you because you're willing to align yourself with a bunch of pieces of shit.
Yeah.
You're lying about something very obviously. I appreciate the the democratic socialists. I think that's such an important part of it. Calling themselves something different, saying we are aligned here more than we're not, but we are not that.
Yeah.
It's a distinction, and it's a small distinction, but it's a really important one. Yeah. Couple more things before we get into some less depressing stuff. Kind of the big-ish news that I was seeing this week. We had Trump leaving a NATO summit in Turkey. This happened last month, which I believe means in this case July. July 8th is when this happened. So Trump boarded Air Force One July 8th, TV cameras, media, everything. But before the plane took off, he then proceeded to hide with Secret Service in a catering truck that was servicing the plane and was then moved to a different U.S. government plane because there was some type of credible threat issued against Air Force One. In turn, this has raised a lot of questions, like the way that nobody was informed of this, and they just let tons of the media, the White House Correspondents Association, just sit on the plane that the government seemed to believe was about to be blown up. So that's led to a very interesting phenomenon of all of the people in the White House Correspondents Association who had no problem with Trump speaking like at their dinner earlier this year, suddenly having lots of things to say. And I found that aspect very amusing. So quintessential as soon as it impacts them personally.
I'm kind of curious how much a White House correspondence journalist.
I imagine it's the kind of thing where it's maybe not a ton, but you're also working insane hours, so that makes up for it.
I feel like they'd be on the salary because you're right, they do work insane hours.
It's probably true. We were talking about how this week seems like it's been light on not even necessarily like Trump news, just like people even talking about it at all. Yeah. And I do wonder if this is a contributing factor where the best way to hurt his ego is to just stop talking about him. Because that's what he ultimately wants, is attention. And it does make me wonder if that is happening here. It still seems uncertain, I suppose. But I'd be curious to see how things continue to play out. Yeah. We also have the element of Congress is out of session right now. Trump is on a golfing trip because, of course, he is. It hasn't been in the news as much because there's been, all of the horrors. But he's been golfing an insane time in his second term as well. 125 days out of 574 since returning to office. 21% of the presidency spent golfing.
Is his game getting better?
Oh, God, no.
I was about to say, if it was like getting better, I would understand.
So there's apparently somebody made a tracker called didtrumpgolftoday.com. It is basically every weekend.
Bro, you've got kids. You got grandchildren. What are you doing?
What he's doing. This is I think my favorite news of this week. We had pictures come out of Trump's latest golf outing where he's being guarded by anti-air systems.
Oh, yeah?
I tried to look this up before. Is this real? Is the Trump golf anti-air missiles, the Snopes have an article? Like, it seems fake, right?
Yeah.
Jesus, no, they confirmed it. The White House confirmed it's real.
Do you think like Mr. Department of War himself had to give those as like a mafioso respect present to Donnie?
Oh no. So the reason that it happened is because Iran said they were going to blow him up on his golf course.
And he fell for it?
Yeah. That's something I'm waiting for it to happen. Last fall we had who the hell did it? They did there's a particular paper did a profile on Trump's first year in the White House that specifically was tied to his chief of staff, Susie Wiles, I want to say. Served as the White House chief of staff since January 2025. Yes. That also involved interviews with a ton of Trump's cabinet, including like Hegseth and Vance, all sorts of people. And it was extremely unflattering. Like the pictures were like super up close and way too detailed, like very clearly trying to show all of these people's imperfections and insecurities. And the actual content of it was not very flattering. And the reporter throughout it, I remember, remarked a couple of times about how they were so surprised that they were being allowed to do what they were doing for as long as they did, because it went on for months as this like inside profile thing was unfolding. I'm waiting for that to happen in regards to this whole Iran saga, because a lot of the military action that Trump has taken starts to make more sense once you realize that he thinks that these kinds of threats are serious and like legitimate. Where he keeps attacking Iran because he's worried that they're going to literally kill him.
I'm curious, really, I really am. What does he think Iran is?
I think that's an interesting question.
Because you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would bet that in public statements, they very clearly want to act like they are. Oh, that's a fascinating comparison too. I was going to say they want to act like they're the Taliban.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because the Taliban is the government of Afghanistan now. Wholly. So in the sense that they are trying to characterize it, I think that that is true. And ironically, in reality, that's also true, where these people are religious fundamentalists, extremists. They are also as legitimate a government as any as there is for that country.
It's a little sad. Like I genuinely get a little upset about how fucked up the Middle East.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
No one deserves that.
No. No, it's all very, very silly. But I do think that this is something that, check back in like a year and a half, 2 years, and we'll know for sure that a lot of Trump's motivation right now is genuine terror that someone is going to kill him personally by
I'm
any measure.
curious because like Donnie has a whole mortality crisis.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, his mortality crisis is so public. At least with me, I keep it between me and this little journal I keep at my desk.
Yeah, you're spot on. He is absolutely terrified of dying and going to hell, frankly.
Yeah, because he knows it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows he's a giant piece of shit, and he knows he's about to die. And he's desperate to try and do anything possible to, in his own view at least, make things better, to salvage himself. And the idea of, the left getting in the way of his doing that, or someone like, an assassin, or even just a antagonist foreign state like Iran killing him before he can do that, scares the shit out of him.
You think he wants to make things better? I thought he was just trying to run out the clock.
I do, but in the sense that his version of better is kind of fucked up.
I don't think he really cares if things are better or not. Like, I think that's a beautiful statement, don't get me wrong. Like, the idea of Donnie's idea of right and wrong. But I think he's amoral. Like, he doesn't have a hierarchy of
that's the
what's...
thing, though. I don't think he does it because he wants things to be better. He's doing it because he knows that people who make things better are good people, and good people don't go to hell. You're
seen as I got you.
Yeah.
I don't even think he's religious.
What can I do to make things better so that I don't get damned for, ever? And that is like, get all the immigrants out to get the jobs back and get people's houses back and get them gangs out.
I see,
because he's just so stupid, and he's fed so many lies, right?
That's exactly it.
Yeah. Festering as much as anyone else in all of the conspiracy theories and lies and AI slop and misinformation, and then turns around and propagates that same misinformation. So I don't think it's like from a even internal place of trying to do good. It's an internal, I don't want to burn in hell for literally eternity. And this is the way that people do that, is by doing good things. But my perception of what is good is so fucked up that this is how it manifests.
I would also argue he's just around. Okay, if you're Donnie, right? And you're like, hey, how do I not go to hell? Who are the first people that are going to come up to you and tell you the way to get out of hell?
Vance.
Exactly. He is in the wrong company for understanding any theological ideas there. And they're just going to tell him the fucking thing that they've been fed. So it's like it is a fucking slop loop.
Absolutely.
Then you got Lindsey Graham over there licking his lips and like, you want to get out of hell? Bob Iran. Just one little Bob. Do it for Lindsay.
Would you like to talk about the two things that happened at D23 that are worth talking about?
I'm sorry, I was about to make one more joke.
Go ahead.
Do it for Lindsay, and I promise when I die, I'll give God a good word for you.
There we go.
D23 this year.
Yeah.
I honestly think there's a lot to talk about with this, but
really?
In not a good sense.
Oh, please. Oh, yeah. Okay. Interesting.
So, have I ever told you what my favorite Pixar movie is?
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Wait, let me check if this is actually a Pixar.
You know me. You should know this.
Well, I think I know it. I just don't know if the movie that I'm thinking of is a Pixar movie. This one is. It is Pixar. Soul.
Close.
Okay.
It's Coco.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Like close. Got your noodle working. Give you
I'm in the
that.
ballpark.
Yeah. Coco 2. I cried a little. I don't want this.
Really?
Yeah. Leave my
That's
boy
a
be.
crazy time to have a trailer already.
No, there's no trailer. They just showed photos.
Oh, just
like
first.
concept art.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Still, that's a long time.
Now hear me out, right? They did show one Coco related trailer, and this was something I actually enjoyed. Kingdom Hearts 4, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always forget how big that is because I don't care. It sounds mean, but like, it's true. I just, I know people really enjoy it, and there has to be something there to keep people coming back after all this time. But I found it so impenetrable to like wrap my head around why people like it that I just kind of tune out all of that.
You know, I say this as your friend and someone who knows you. I think you're the wrong audience for it, so I totally get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't hold it against you in any way. This is something I can't, like, it's so hard to really explain it, you know? It is something you have to just pick up the vibes, and when you're in the vibes, you just roll with it. I'm a fucking Square Enix fucking apologist, so I fucking eat it. I hate Nomura, but I will enjoy his slop. Yum yum yum. We also had.
Sorry, is Kingdom Hearts 4 the one that has like the only thing that I know about Kingdom Hearts 4, and this might not even be Kingdom Hearts 4, is that there was a trailer like 2 years ago, or like a teaser 2 years ago, that was like just in Tokyo, and it looked like Yakuza Tokyo.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. That's supposed to be hell, by the way, because that's how fucking nutty the story is.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Cairo.
Hmm.
You ride the vibes. Don't try to make sense of it. Just ride the vibes. That's literally the only advice I can give you with it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe
You don't care. You don't give a damn. We also had The Incredibles 3 concept art show. Into which I say, why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be honest though, I felt that way about the second one, and they kind of nailed that.
You liked Incredibles 2?
No, but I understood why they made it after it came out.
Yes, I will say that. There was an idea for Incredibles 2.
Yeah.
Fuck, what else do we... I really can't think more. Oh, fucking Ryan Gosling in Star Wars.
Yeah, what the hell is, I meant to look that up. Starfighter?
Yeah, I guess.
Why?
Fuck you. That's why.
Has Amy Adams? Has Matt Smith? Okay. Okay.
There should be a law, right? No Doctor Who actor can work in Star Wars. There should be a law on that. I feel like those are two very different sci-fis.
Written by Jonathan Trupper. Who are you? What have you done? Nothing I've heard of. Great.
Damn.
I actually saw it. Who was that? The guy who does God of War voice. See if I can pull this up. Christopher Judge criticizes Amazon's God of War series for not hiring writers from the games. I think this is a really fascinating perspective that I'm a little bit... Oh, that was loud. Sorry, I hope that didn't come through.
Oh, no, it did not.
Good. Auto-playing videos make me deaf. So the voice actor who's voiced Kratos for like 20 years now, I guess, came out and said, as a quote, "My problem with all game adaptations, you have this pre-existing successful property, and the first thing you do is not hire anyone associated with this, or associated with it. The Last of Us, love Pedro Pascal. Were they better than the game cast? I saw a stage reading that they did. It was unreal. I have no idea why you don't take that cast, those writers, especially when you're going to do episodes that are shot-for-shot remakes of the game. When Amazon announced God of War TV series and they didn't hire any of the God of War writers, what are you thinking? These guys have been immersed in this world for 20 years, but someone's going to do better?"
Based.
Yeah. I get bringing in other people to bring in different perspectives, but not having a single person involved to be like, actually, you don't know what you're talking about, and this is the way that it would happen. And I know because I've been doing it for 20 years.
Hello, I'm Mr. Kratos himself, essentially. I live in that man's head.
We had a couple of Marvel things.
Oh, yeah.
Two things. The X-Men movie has been officially announced and has a date. It's going to be in May of 2028. And we also got Doomsday trailer.
X-Men cast.
Yeah, I guess, but like,
who would have
what?
thought Sadie Sink would play Jean Grey? What a weird choice. That was the best thing to walk into.
Any others surprise you?
Adam Driver.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm not saying like it's perfect casting, but like I didn't think he'd ever do the MCU. I thought Star Wars would just be his thing and he'd just dip.
Has he not already? Where are your film credits? I'm shocked he hasn't done them already, but I guess that makes sense. I'm busy with Star Wars. Oh, he hasn't. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait, sorry. That's Disney Infinity. Never mind. I was like, wait a minute, I got him. No, it was just a Disney thing. Yeah, cool. I don't know. I don't know. It seems fine, right? I feel like the characters that were named is almost more important than the actors who are playing them.
We've got Kit Connor as Scott Summers. Kit Connor is famous from. I have to Google this because I'm terrible with actor names.
Yeah, I didn't know almost any of these people either.
You know, that's a good thing, though. That's a good thing for the MCU because they're good at this shit.
That's true.
Ready Player One. Boo. Rocket Man. Boo. I'm gonna think. He's in nothing. Let's go on. Oh, that's not. But nothing I recognize.
I've actually seen Mr. Holmes.
Was it good?
It was fine. He wasn't really in it. He's credited as boy. It was fine.
Christopher Abbott as Professor Charles Xavier. This is the one I thought would be the most interesting. Because Charles Xavier, like two very good actors playing him. Mm-hmm. So you have a lot of legacy with this character. Very curious.
Oh, he was in Wolfman.
Yeah.
Craven the Hunter. Busy.
Very busy.
Busy 2024. Poor Things was good. Which is this one? No, it's not the one I'm thinking. Seems fine.
Yeah.
Nothing that really jumps out though.
Samaria Weaving as Emma Frost. Which genuinely shocked she is older than me. She looks younger. My God. 34 years old, according to her Google page.
Mm-hmm.
I recognize nothing. I'm a fucking hack.
The 2021 Snake Eyes. Good start. Good start.
Uh, Indy Navarrete as Rogue.
Oh, sorry. Real quick. 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri was very big. Oh, you missed some. I'm shocked you missed something.
What?
I'm going to send you a screen grab.
About to be embarrassed.
Yep. You didn't
Monster
go deep enough. It is Monster Trucks.
Oh, I'm goaded. That was a guess.
Yeah. Samara Weaving had a role in Monster Trucks.
Okay, she's my favorite of the cast so far. We respect monster trucks in this house.
She was also in this thing that I only recognize because of the poster.
Huh?
We talked about it. It was like years ago. It was a thing. It
We
existed.
talk a lot about movies on this show.
That's true.
Indy Navarrete. I believe they're from Obsession.
Really? I've not seen that.
Yeah, I know. Like
They are. Oh.
I don't know much about her, but I think she will be a good rogue because I think rogue is traditionally not used that well. And anybody who is not typecast as a rogue figure probably going to do a good rogue, if that makes sense. Maya Boyd as Storm, which this is the other most important casting I thought.
Really? Oh, just
Yeah.
I see what you mean. Yes.
Yeah. Again, very important character. Has
Very
a
small
legacy to the
filmography.
theater actor.
Yeah.
And you know what else? You're Michigan, baby.
Really?
Yeah, born in Ann Arbor.
Hell yeah.
One of us. One of us.
Did at University of Michigan. Nice.
Hell yeah.
Also, this is the kind of thing as well that like you can't really take for granted. She played Juliet in a Broadway production that was called And Juliet. So like that's major chops.
It goes right to from one stage to the head of like a musical.
Mm-hmm.
Impressive.
Yeah.
I think someone told me that all these actors have theater experience, and I thought that was very impressive.
I respect that for sure.
Yeah. I think there is a lost art to theater acting. Oh, that being said, where's Beast? Where's my Beast?
So that's the thing. I think this is kind of clever. I think we'll get Beast eventually. But I feel like maybe I think Banner's role in Brand New Day sets him up to take that role. And you just have 2 people doing the same job if you also had Beast there. But he was very clearly taking the like you shouldn't make the thing that makes mutants not exist stance.
Yeah.
Even though that would be a thing that would very explicitly give him a normal life. And I could see it working out that we have something like is taken away at, when we last see him in Brand New Day, maybe he gets like locked up and subjected to some device like that for an extended period of time. So I think that I agree that Beast is a very good character because of those interactions. And I've always enjoyed seeing him in the movies that we've gotten, but I can see a vision for why that wouldn't be the case.
Okay, I'm curious, and I'm going to pick your brain here, right? As someone who is LGBTQ,
yes.
What are your thoughts with the whole idea of X-Men as a what I'm looking for, metaphor for that life and that identity?
I would say that that is probably something that varies a lot from story to story.
Okay.
I think back to, I don't remember if it was the first or the second Fox X-Men movie where you have one of the new teenage heroes that's about to go to Xavier's school literally doing a like I'm coming out to my parents thing.
Mm-hmm.
In one of the opening scenes. Like you can have it be that way where it's really not subtle. And I guess you could probably argue that in most cases, even where it is subtle, it is still there. But I could see that as well being a byproduct of the overarching narrative of the X-Men stories being one of minority groups being subjected to abuses at the hands of the majority. Mm-hmm. And that can take a lot of lenses. Right now, I think it makes sense, especially in an American context, for that to be a queer one. But obviously, historically, Magneto and the Holocaust, right, is the huge one that took that spotlight for a very long time to make people kind of be like, oh, yeah, I get where he's coming from.
I think...
So I'm going to be a coward and say it depends.
That is fine, because I thought you would say that, to be quite frank. In my opinion, right? I think you're absolutely right. It is like a story-by-story basis. One thing I've always found lovely about the X-Men, mm-hmm. in the greater context of like Marvel, and you get this like a little bit in Brand New Day, mm-hmm. You have people like Spider-Man, right? Who are... Yes. Who are normal at first and then become different out of circumstances that aren't their own, right?
Yes.
The thing that separates like a Spider-Man from a mutant is mutants are born with their abilities.
Yes.
And it's just that one little difference between like being born different and being like made different that pisses people off in Marvel. And I've always loved how stupid that hypocrisy is.
I think that's a really valid point.
Yeah. I think that's always been the most powerful thing about the X-Men. No one bats an eye when Spider-Man saves your life, but you have fucking like Jean Grey show up and like try to help, people get suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we can do Brand New Day spoilers, right?
I mean, yeah, we did so like last time, didn't
we? We already did.
Yeah.
I was immediately thinking like, because in Brand New Day, Jean's sister is like literally kidnapped, right?
Yeah.
By the government for being a mutant, for being a powerful mutant. And I feel like you could make an argument comparison between like when you have her sister stealing food, because that's kind of what they do in effect, in order to, you know, feed them. It's viewed abhorrently, and then you have Spider-Man do it, and oh, it's that quirky spider guy.
Oh my god, I'm going to post this online for so many views. I got robbed by Spider-Man plus free Samsung Nintendo Switch giveaway. But you're right. It is, I think it's not overly drawn out, but it's always so fascinating when you have a world of superheroes. It's the people born different that are the problem.
Mm-hmm. That's a really interesting one, for sure. I hadn't thought of it from that perspective.
Yeah. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I did not have a girlfriend in high school. Thank you for noticing. I did overthink on all this shit because I was lonely as fuck.
To get possibly too woke.
Yo.
I think that you could also extend that to characters like Superman. From the perspective of you have to be like perfect. Mm-hmm. And the second that you're not, you get turned on.
Well, like, I always really enjoyed Superman as an allegory for the good immigrant story. You know, he wasn't born here, but he sure is one of us. He's like the best of us because he embodies all these great things about us. But oh my god, once you have flaws, we gotta start bringing out the kryptonite.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like I always thought there was a very gentle nod at that because like for all intents and purposes, Clark is pretty much perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or at least strives to be.
I mean, that's what makes him perfect though. Like
Yeah.
yeah, it's I will never fault anybody for failing to be something better than they actually are, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think okay, and this is me going on and on about the idea of the monomyth, but like that's why I think it's so cool about American culture and like our monomyth of the superhero, it says in air quotes, because they are very good reflections and they're still relevant to today, even though we haven't had them nearly as long as we've had like the Odyssey.
For sure.
Doomsday,
Doomsday.
it looks good.
The biggest takeaway that I have from it, honestly, is that we finally hear what RDJ Doom sounds like.
Yes,
And it's not obviously RDJ. And I think that's important.
I really, really like how much that mask covers his goddamn face.
Yep. I was really worried we were going to go into it and be stuck with either Doom not talking at all or having it be really obvious that they very emotionally killed off Robert Downey Jr.'s character and then just recast him as somebody else because they wanted a popular face.
Yeah, no, this actually feels like it's an actual.
It really does.
Yeah.
He's doing a voice.
He's doing a voice. He's character acting. He's immersing himself in the costume.
What if he was method acting Doom this whole time?
That'd be the funniest shit. Like
The
I would
behind
cry.
the scenes would go so hard.
Starts referring to himself as like Dr. Downey Jr.
Yeah, always in the third person.
Yeah. Has beef with Pedro Pascal, even though no one knows why.
Never takes the mask off.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I could see it. That'd be very funny. But yeah, trailer looks good. I mean, big Marvel movie, lots of money behind it, lots of talent. It feels a little bit light on plot still, other than Doom is here and we got to stop him.
The most I got out of it for plot is I'm like Doom's here. He's just basically the consequences from Endgame, which kind of it's a cool idea.
Yeah, I
But it
don't
also
really. Okay, maybe you can help me here because I don't get how those two things get connected.
I don't either. And frankly, it
That's
kind
what
of
I'm
makes
struggling.
the 50 other movies behind this, between Endgame and this, feel irrelevant.
Yeah, well, and especially so because the Fantastic Four that we have been introduced to aren't part of Endgame.
No, they're not. Yet they're somehow
And
related to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we saw Doom at the end of Fantastic Four trying to steal the baby.
Yeah.
Or maybe not trying to steal the baby, but just, there.
I'm here for your God baby. Please give me the God baby.
I've been struggling to piece together what the point is.
They're so hush hush about this.
Let's see, does Wikipedia have a synopsis? Have we learned anything? Probably not. I have a premise. 14 months after the events of Thunderbolts, groups of heroes from 3 different universes, yeah, okay, it's the same thing, converge to face the existential threat of Doctor Doom.
What's the
So
threat?
yeah, I'm exactly. That's what I'm still stuck on. Is I think that can be kind of make or break as to whether or not it actually makes sense.
I think the important thing to do with Doom is that Doom is never like he's an antagonist, but he's always the hero of his own story, and he doesn't give a damn if he's the antagonist for anybody else.
Yes.
And that's the only way that this movie can work is they found a way to do that. I have moderate faith.
I have more faith than I did before this trailer came out, I'll say.
Yeah.
I'm just still not 100% there, and I feel like there's a lot of stuff that I need to see justified still.
Yes. I think I wish they led with this trailer and not the other one that we saw. Where it's like, look, X-Men, oh my god.
Yeah. It's kind of weird that they're doing the original X-Men thing too.
I don't like it.
Especially with the new cast being announced. It's weird.
It is weird. Like, I kind of wish they would have just done their own thing. Like, just do a one-off cast. Do something really fucking crazy. Henry Cavill as Cyclops. Do it.
I mean, that is an element too that is kind of fun with these comic book stories, is that you can kind of cast anyone as anyone.
Yeah, you really can. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a inherently bad casting for a comic movie, because like it's not the casting that's make or break, it's always the writing.
Yep.
Yeah. Because like again, it's a monomyth. Therefore, like these characters kind of have no set appearance. Other than like if you're talking about Spider-Man, because you have to have white Spider-Man and black Spider-Man.
I suppose so.
Sorry, that was the funniest thing that came to my mind there.
I guess I don't know. The Steve Rogers coming back thing is still where I'm like, what are we doing? And not even in like a you need to not do this, but just in the point of I don't understand what we're doing, and that is a barrier to me engaging with this more.
Mm-hmm. The only thing that would make sense that has like emotional resonance to it would be the idea that Doom is just there to fuck up Steve's like happy ending. He's taking away the happy ending.
Why?
I don't know.
Why would he care about that? Especially because Steve's happy ending was like 40, no, it was more than that. It was like 80 years before this, technically.
I thought it was like an alternate universe he went to, and then he just lived out his life there and came back at the end to give the shield to Sam.
I don't think so. My read was always that he literally just went back in time in the same timeline.
Fair. It could be, yeah.
It's possible that the stuff was, different universes and they didn't realize it, but it was always played as if this is the same.
My one problem with that, right, is why didn't the TVA pop a cap in Cap's ass?
Well, I feel like that's because that is what's supposed to happen.
Okay.
The Avengers go back in time, they get the Infinity Stones, they beat Thanos, they take the stones back. Yeah. That's what's supposed to happen, and it's only when things deviate from that that the TVA get involved.
Fair.
And I feel like that's also why we see like the drawer full of the Infinity Stones, right? Because that's like the central thing that their job is based around, is making sure that that doesn't get fucked up.
They're the easiest way to fuck up the timeline.
Very true. Yeah. As a quick note, Spider-Man Brand New Day is still rapidly going up the box office charts. Up to 2.02 billion after this weekend.
I heard if they cross 3 billion, they're gonna actually genetically engineer a spider to make Tom Holland, actually Spider-Man. Saves money on the next movie.
I can see it.
He's really just going to be like Spider-Man for like the next, looking at my watch as if people can get the gag, 10 years.
Yeah. I guess that's a fair thing, because he started it so young. I kind of get his feeling more now of being like, okay, I want to do something else. I want to be known for something else.
Yeah. You know what? It's fair. I think like there's nothing wrong with being like a Robert Downey Jr. figure where you can have like your big cinematic pop culture role, but you can still do other things. Like, Robert Downey Jr. and Oppenheimer, like the one thing I keep going to.
Mhm.
Or Doolittle.
I can't believe the Uncharted movie didn't work out.
It wasn't Tom Holland's fault.
Eh,
Did you see it?
no,
I was
because it
about to
was
say.
terrible. It was awful. I don't need to see it to know it's absolutely disgusting. Like they had fucking Marky Mark in it as Sully. You don't do that. It's just insulting at that point.
If you could make any video game adaptation, what would it be?
I would do Uncharted, but good. And there'd
Damn
be
you.
like 8 of them because it would make all the money. It's just Indiana Jones, but not set in World War II. You know, think Tomb Raider, right? It's the same way.
Yeah.
It feels like it should be so easy.
Have I ever told you I've never seen?
No, I let me double check this because the first one is really, really good and worth seeing. After that, it admittedly gets shaky.
Uh-oh.
Just show me all the movies. Thank you, IMDb. So, Raiders of the Lost Ark is a classic for a reason. It's worth your time. Temple of Doom, kind of bad. Like just kind of bad. Not worth your time. Last Crusade is better, but I think it gets a lot more credit than it deserves for just being technically better than the one that came before it. And then Crystal Skull is just kind of a mess. It's got fun parts, but it's also got some really bad, stupid parts, and isn't really worth your time as a result of that either. The newest one is probably the second best in my opinion, but is also just kind of average. It's just fine. The first one is really, really good though, right? Like to put it in perspective, the first one was so good that it justified them spending the money to make 4 more average movies after it. And those average movies did really well financially just because the first one was so good and people remembered the first one. It also gets the element of let's stop the Nazis from getting the magic stuff, and that's kind of fun.
Yeah, I'm pro making Nazis look bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you. Why do you get the magic shit? I want the magic shit.
It's a good movie. It has some parts that haven't aged super gracefully, but it's a good movie.
What slurs does Indy say?
It's not the slurs, it's the way that they treat women.
Oh, so sad.
It was made in 1981, so it's not surprising,
Yeah.
but it is kind of disappointing when you get to those because it's so brief too. It would have been so easy to just not do that, but they did do that. And it's kind of like, oh, that's a little bit rapey.
Ooh. Okay.
It's like, Harrison Ford, stop. She said no.
You know
But,
what bothers
it was
me?
the 80s, and that's just every fucking movie then, right?
Yeah, it really was because like I fucking love Rocky, right?
Hmm?
There's a scene in there that is so fucking rapey. I hate it.
Yep.
It makes it so hard to recommend it because like it is a near perfect movie except for that one fucking scene.
Yep.
And like every time I watch it, I have to try to like walk my way through that scene and try to figure out like what were they trying to say. And then it just the more it goes through, the more it's just like no, this is just how people acted back then. It sucks.
Yep. They're not trying to. That's completely it too. They're not trying to say anything. This is just how they think reality is, and that makes it worse.
Yeah. Like you just cut that one scene from Rocky. It is a perfect movie. So sad about that. That being said, everybody, please watch Rocky, and when that scene comes up, just fucking fast forward.
Mhm. We do have a couple movies to go through, as in
Ooh.
two. Well, two and a half.
And half.
Rivals of Amzia King. Matthew McConaughey, Kurt Russell, Cole Sprouse from like Sweet
I
Life.
heard he was coming back.
Yeah. Deep in the backwoods of rural Oklahoma, charismatic and musically gifted Amzia King herds a bluegrass playing band of misfits while overseeing the premier honey-making operation in town. When Amzia's estranged foster daughter unexpectedly returns, Amzia leaps into the possibility to renew connection and create a family business. But the honey game is ruthless, and Amzia's rivals threaten to destroy everything he's built. He's doing pretty well.
That's cool.
It's one of those things where, like, Matthew McConaughey gets memed on a lot, but he is just a good actor.
Yeah.
Next one we have The End of Oak Street. Where's this? After a mysterious cosmic event rips Oak Street from suburbia and transports their neighborhood to someplace unknown, the Platt family soon discovers that their very survival depends on them sticking together as they navigate their now unrecognizable surroundings.
Okay.
86% from critics, 78% from audiences. I have thoughts about this movie.
Does it involve fucking AI ad?
That's part of it. That's the other half movie, because there's a joke I'm going to make about that. But
okay.
Well, not even really a joke, just a wouldn't it be funny if this was true kind of thing, because there is technically another movie coming out this weekend.
What's that?
Well, we can go into it. So to recap, though, in in the lead up to the End of Oak Street's release, I believe Warner Brothers released an AI slop video that featured the dog from this movie, because there's apparently a dog prominently featured, or at least Warner Brothers wants you to think about that there is a dog prominently featured. They did an AI generated podcast where the whole gag was it's the dog from the movie and they're on a podcast, and there's no other joke behind that. And it was very widely panned because it was dumb and didn't really serve any purpose. People were just confused as to why this existed and why they would drag the movie through the name right at the goal line, because it was just such a weird decision. Until you realize it's for SEO. Also coming out this weekend is Paw Patrol, the Dino movie.
No fucking way.
So this is my conspiracy theory. They ate all this shit solely because when somebody Googles dinosaur movie with dog, they want their thing to come up and not the Paw Patrol movie.
No, holy. I'm stunned. It makes so much sense. This is our new Barbenheimer. Dinosaur dog with a movie. I mean, dinosaur dog, dinosaur movie. Yeah, you get it.
So that's the half one. There's a Paw Patrol movie. It's a fucking Paw Patrol movie. We're not going to talk about it. It's doing fine.
Hey. What if it's not just all right? Like, let's right? Actually, first I'm going to Google something, right?
Sure.
Dinosaur dog movie. Let's see which comes up.
I did try that and neither.
I don't know. Google AI just gave me Paw Patrol the Dino movie. Thanks, AI.
Oh, mine keeps coming up with the Good Dinosaur.
Yep, that just came up next.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah, but regardless, dinosaur. You know, the Bluey movie got announced.
Oh, you know what though? You got to think like an executive, right? Yeah. Because that's where this is coming from. This is C-suite bullshit, top to bottom. They don't care about regular search engines. They're on the news tab.
Oh, fuck you. You're right.
And you know what the top two things on the news tab are? Does the dog die? Anne Hathaway says movie that killed dogs should be rated R. And then the Paw Patrol Dino movie.
I remember hearing this, and I think Anne Hathaway is fucking crazy for that take.
I haven't heard this. What is this take?
That all movies where the dog dies need to be rated R.
Curses and there's violence. If a dog dies, R-rated. I think everybody's so traumatized by John Wick because I've seen those comments for movies like they better not kill him. I mean, you know what? I don't hate the perspective on it.
I do.
I don't think that solely should be the thing. Like if everything else in the movie is fine, but a dog dies, I get not bumping it up to or not making it a rated R by default. But like if it's borderline and a dog dies, I wouldn't be against that being the deciding factor that pushes it over the edge.
You know what the funniest fucking retort to this has been that I've seen?
What's that?
Memes where it says white people when the heckin' pupper gets shot. And it's like people freaking out.
I mean, yeah, but it's right.
It is right. And this is more of that right there.
Getting back to the actual movie here, I find this kind of the marketing around this has been really fascinating because people have obviously latched onto it recently because of the stuff that got a bit viral for the wrong reasons. Yep. But I remember seeing trailers for this movie back in like April. When would that would have been? Like earlier this year for sure. In theaters, I saw a trailer for this at least twice, and the dinosaur part was like barely present. They were clearly trying to pin this as more science fiction, and I get the feeling that that didn't play, and they're leaning in the other way now.
It's an awkward movie to market.
It's weird because like the entire premise is that this neighborhood gets dumped with a bunch of dinosaurs, cosmic events, but like what does the conclusion end up being? Because Jurassic Park only works because you're able to leave the island, right?
Yeah.
End of Oak Street, if it's just a dinosaur movie, you got to get away from the dinosaurs to get that satisfying ending. Otherwise, they're just stuck waiting for the next dinosaurs to come and kill them.
Why not just kill the dinosaurs?
That's what I mean, though. You can kill them all you want, but there's always going to be more of them because that's the world you now live in. So there has to be some greater science fiction element at play here that has a resolution and that would make sense to be the point of the story, that the trailers that keep focusing on there's dinosaurs and you have to run away from the dinosaurs and the dinosaurs are going to kill you feels like it's almost intentionally missing because they know Jurassic Park and Jurassic World puts butts in seats.
Yeah. Honestly, when I saw A Brand New Day with my future brother-in-law, which is a weird thing to say, we saw a trailer for End of Oak Street, and he's a massive Jurassic Park fan. And he turns to me, and he whispers in my ear because we're in a theater and we're being cordial and whatnot, right? He says to me, Jurassic Park at home.
Yeah. It's really kind of sad. Have you seen the posters for it?
No, actually, I've not.
All of them have these really kind of just sad attempts to include part of a dinosaur somewhere in it, but it's in such a way that it's like, it's obviously a dinosaur. No one's wondering what this is. There's no mystery to it. So like, what are you trying to communicate with these trailers? Or sorry, not with these shows, with these posters? What is the intention here of having Anne Hathaway with a shotgun and the mouth of what is very obviously a T-Rex behind her? No one's getting confused about what this messaging is unless you're just not telling us what the actual story is, which is kind of what it feels like.
That's fair. I see J.J. Abrams on a poster now, and I just feel dread.
Yeah. I mean, he's still talented, you know?
Yeah, but he couldn't fix Rise of Skywalker.
No, that's true.
It's like, I will acknowledge, JJ probably has like a lot of good movies still in him. I'm forever traumatized by that fucking scene in Star Wars Rise of Skywalker where they kill Chewbacca and then like 3 shots later he's back alive, and it pissed me off to this day.
It's kind of fascinating that this is the first J.J. Abrams movie since 2023 that isn't a documentary.
He's finally coming out of his shell. He's checking if it's safe.
He did an animated thing too. He produced it. He didn't direct it. That's fair. Oh, I guess I need to double check that. Did he actually direct this? He did not. That doesn't count. We have to go further back. He did not direct this either. Is there a way I can filter here? No. Great. It is, wow. It is Rise of Skywalker.
Perhaps the greatest victim of
that's the last movie that he actually directed that wasn't a documentary.
So fun. JJ, if you want to come onto the podcast, I will let you. You gotta direct the Schmoes movie.
He produces a lot. He must have a company that does that.
Yeah, he does.
Apparently, he produced Mission Impossible. Oh, which one is it?
It's the robot one. The fucking robot in the cornfield.
Is it Bad Robot?
Yeah.
Really? I completely misunderstood that. Oh, you're right. I guess because they always. What's Tom Cruise's then? TC Productions. Sure, I guess. Why not? This is going to sound kind of silly. I always assumed because all the Mission Impossible movies were very prominently produced by Bad Robot, I just always associated that with Tom Cruise. And I assumed that was his production company because I knew he had a production company.
You gave Tom Cruise a little too much credit.
Apparently. I'm curious as well. So he's doing End of Oak Street. What was the last time that he did a movie that he directed that wasn't like that was original? Let's put it that way, right?
I think it was a Cloverfield movie. A Cloverfield.
Because like he's done Star Wars, he did Star Trek, Super 8. Has been
Super 8?
Yeah.
I thought it was Spielberg.
15 years. Since he directed a movie that had like a vaguely original anything.
Poor guy.
I don't think he only produced Cloverfield apparently.
What?
Yeah.
Huh.
Cloverfield was directed by Matt Reeves.
How do I know that name?
He's done so much. Since Cloverfield, he did the Planet of the Apes movies.
Oh yeah, he did Batman. That's why I know him.
The Batman. Yep. E.P. Animal Farm.
You know, I think that actually is my favorite fucking Batman movie.
Is this actually? Are they actually calling it The Batman Part 2?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
You're right.
That's sad. They got Colin Farrell back though. You know, I'll take it as long as we get Farrell back as Penguin. I'll live with it. The stupid name. So yeah, End of Oak Street. It's out. It's apparently fine. You said you know someone who saw it, and it's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine. I mean, that's the thing with Abrams as well. Is he obviously gets a rap, but he's clearly good at his job, right? He knows how to direct. He's gotten hired onto so many of these big productions because he knows what he's doing. So I don't doubt that. My gripe with this is mostly superficial around the marketing and how silly it all is. Anything else? That's what I've got. It's a slow week. I'm shocked we made it as long as we did, but there's just not. I don't know. Nothing too crazy happening. We're getting into that part at the end of summer now where everybody knew there was going to be the Odyssey and Supergirl and a new Spider-Man, and they decided not to release their movies until like September.
Oh yeah, we're in
That's when you get your Alien Romuluses and that kind of stuff.
I was gonna say this is the post-summer movie over.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think we are. And Infamous Orion.
And I'm Cairo. And I'm also a Schmo.
This has been the Schmoes Show.